Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video. Now, we've seen loads of new features being added to Pokemon Sun and Moon, including Battle Royales, no gyms, island challenges, Ultra Beasts, the first legendary evolution, the list just goes on. And of course, one of the best things about a new Pokemon game is all of the brand new Pokemon introduced that we get to see and how they are going to affect the competitive scene. A really cool feature in Sun and Moon though is that lots of the new Pokemon introduced have very unique moves and abilities, making them a huge threat in the competitive scene. I have just released the top 5 best new abilities in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and so for a small follow-up video to that, today's video goes over the top 5 best new moves in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Of course, if you know of a move that should have made the video, then please leave it in the comment section below after watching this video. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. With introductions out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. Okay, so the first move coming in at the number 5 spot is Darkest Lyria. Now, this is a unique move to the Incineroar evolution line. It can only be learned by this Pokemon, and why this move is on the list is because it deals damage, but it ignores changes to the target's defenses. So if it's set up like a double team or a curse or calm mind or something like that to raise its defenses or its evasion, then this move takes that completely out of the way and just attacks as if it's got no stat boosts, which is very helpful if you're up against a wall that is set up like a cotton guard or something, and you know you can't take it down with any of your Pokemon. It's nice to know that Incineroar can come in, use a Darkest Lyria, which is a very high physical attack move with 85 power, which will be stab as well, so dealing a lot of damage from this Pokemon. It will be nice to be able to, you know, just try and break down that wall with this move. It will be very helpful, and it will mean you won't have to poison it and everything and, you know, play a stally kind of game. Darkest Lyria can come in, unless obviously it resists it or something. Most of the time it can come in and deal some high damage, especially if it's like a banded Incineroar or something, you know. They can really just break down walls, which is super helpful when, you know, you're going to get swept by a complete wall that's just going to outstall you. So that's very helpful in that respect. And like I say, it is a dark type move. Incineroar does get stabbed from this move. It is a physical type attacking Pokemon, and this is a base 85 power move with 100 accuracy. So really nice there. And like I say, it's just super helpful for taking down walls with you know, the stat changes, and you know, it's just really nice move to have. So that takes the number 5 spot in today's video. Coming in at the number 4 spot in today's video, we have Beak Blast, which is a unique move to Toucannon introduced in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. And what Toucannon does is it heats up its beak and then it attacks the target. So at the start of the turn, you'll heat your beak up, and then if a Pokemon attacks you whilst you've heated your beak up, they get burned. So that's really cool if you're up against a physical type Pokemon that you know is going to be quite a big threat on your side of the field, and it will be a lot of mind games in the way that they won't know if you're going to, you know, set up a Beak Blast. They'll be scared to attack you with a physical type Pokemon, because getting burnt is a huge factor in the competitive scene. Getting crippled is going to half your attack, and that's going to be super difficult to overcome if you're trying, you know, if you're trying to take things out. And this is also you're also going to get hit by this move as well at the end of the turn, which is a 100 base power physical flying type move. And Toucannon has some pretty nice physical attack as well, coming in at 120. So you know, that's a big stab attacking move as well as them being burned. That's a huge trade-off. And if, you know, things don't go your opponent's way and everything goes your way, you're going to be hitting them with 100 base power stab flying type attack from Toucannon with 120 physical attack power in its attack stat, as well as them being burnt as well, which is, you know, it's not a good day at the office for that guy if that's going to be the, you know, the events that unfold. And so for that reason, Beak Blast does take the number 4 spot in today's video. Like I said, a really useful move, and burning a Pokemon is a huge advantage if they are a threat in the competitive scene. Coming in at the halfway point in today's video, we have Aurora, which is it's a very nice move. This is basically what it does is it acts as setting up a light screen and a reflect at the same time. So the only downside though is it can only be used in a hailstorm, which is why it's usually used on Alolan Ninetales, because obviously Alolan Ninetales can set up the hail anyway. But yeah, it reduces physical and special type attacks by half for 5 turns, which is super clutch really, which is why I learned on Ninetales is seen so much in the competitive scene, because you basically get a free light screen up and reflect up in one turn, and the hail as well, which is going to cause residual damage on them. And Alone Ninetales is a good Pokemon in general anyway. I mean, it has some pretty alright stats. It's got some nice bulk in its special defense. It's got 109 speed, 75 physical defense. I know it is a dual typing of Ice and Fairy, so steel types are really going to hurt this Pokemon, like Bullet Punch and everything like that. But getting Aurora Veil up is super helpful for taking those hits. You know what I mean? That's really your defense and special defense is doubled because they're going to be doing half the damage. So Aurora Veil is a very nice move to have, and it's really going to help you out in, you know, setting up with things, because obviously you're going to be taking some you're not going to be taking as much damage and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a really nice move to have, and like I say, setting up with things is really going to help you out there. But you know, that's what I mean, like why Alone Ninetales is seen so much, because obviously it gets a free Aurora Veil up, because it's probably going to outspeed the Pokemon as well with a 109 base speed stat. So you're basically going to get it up for free, unless obviously you get scarfed, or you know, they come in with like a Pokemon that can learn Bullet Punch. But that is why Aurora Veil takes the number 3 spot in today's video. Like I say, very, very helpful getting that basically reflect and light screen up at the same time. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Lunge and Trop Kick. They are coming as a pair because they basically do the same thing. They are just different typings. Trop Kick is a unique move to the Serena line, and what it basically does is you hit them with a very, very hard-hitting move. Like I say, it is a physical type move with a power of 70. It was also a grass type attack as well, so you're getting some nice stat from that already off the bat. But the best thing about this move is that it also lowers the target's attack by 1 stage, so it acts as Intimidate, but you're also doing some damage as well. And Serena is a relatively fast Pokemon as well. It's got some nice, a nice speed stat of 72, so you know it's not going to be difficult to scarf this thing. A scarf set is still going to be viable on Serena, but being able to basically intimidate and cause some damage to a Pokemon in the same turn is very, very handy. And Serena has a very nice physical attack stat as well of 120, so that with a base power 70 physical move, you know, you're getting stat from that. You're also lowering their attack stat. You know, it's a very, very nice trade-off for this Pokemon. And like I say, Lunge is kind of the bug version of this move. It's learned by a few Pokemon, most commonly used on like Buzzwole and stuff like that. And this is a 80 base power move, so 10 more base power than Trop Kick. It's physical again, so which will obviously be stab on Buzzwole. I think Araquanid gets it as well. But basically the same thing. User makes a lunge at the target, attacking with full force. It also lowers the target's attack stat. So again, basically a free Intimidate off on the Pokemon that you're attacking. Buzzwole has 79 speed, but also 139 physical attack, so that's gonna, you know, a stab lunge is gonna do a hefty amount of damage. And obviously this Pokemon already has a physical defense stat of 139, so if you can get a lunge off, which is gonna lower their attack stat by 1, they're not gonna be able to do loads of damage to you because you're already bulky as hell with that 139 physical defense. So you can really just set up all over this Pokemon. I mean, you could set up a sub maybe or something like that, and then a Buzzwole behind a sub is really gonna, you know, deal some heavy damage, especially the fact that they can like learn Leech Life and stuff like that. To get some recovery health, and also it gets beast boost as well, so if you can take a Pokemon out, like, it's going to get even more stats from that. You know what I mean? It's just a very nice move, lunges that can start all this train off that could potentially win you the game, really, because if used in the correct way, it's going to be very, very nasty to take on. But yeah, so Lunge and Trop Kick take the number 2 spot in today's video. Okay, so claiming the number 1 spot in today's top 5 video is, of course, Baneful Bunker. Baneful Bunker is learned by Toxapex, and if used correctly, it can really set you up for really dealing some heavy damage on the opponent. So basically, it acts as Protect, so you're basically protected for a turn, like Protect usually does. But this time, it also poisons any attacker that makes direct contact. So if you use Baneful Bunker and they come in with a, I don't know, they tackle you or something. I know they wouldn't tackle you, but that's just a, you know, an example. Let's say they use Tackle on you, they're getting poisoned, and then that kind of, that's just kind of like the butterfly effect. It can start off loads of really, really good things, because obviously Toxapex gets the ability Merciless, and basically the Pokemon attacks become critical hits if the target is poisoned. So if you get a Baneful Bunker off, all of your attacks are going to be crits. You know what I mean? Like, that's really, really nice to have. This Pokemon also gets Toxic Spikes as well, so that can be a way of getting that out as well. But Baneful Bunker is, you know, you're safe. You're protected, and if they do make that critical, they make that physical contact, they're getting poisoned, and then all your attacks are going to be crits. So that's a really good trade-off. Obviously, like King Shield and stuff with Aegis Slash, they can predict the Baneful Bunker or, you know, or the King Shield, and so they could set up over you. But Toxapex has some really nice defense as well, with 152 defense and 142 special defense, so that's really, really nice to have there. But Baneful Bunker, like I said, super cool. And then you obviously get the move Venom Drench, which, if the target is poisoned, Venom Drench lowers its attack, special attack, and speed by 1 stage, so you can really destroy it that way. You have Venom Shock, which obviously inflicts double damage if the target is poisoned, which will obviously be a crit as well. You know what I mean? Toxapex really benefits from the target being poisoned, and if you can get a free poison up from Toxic Spikes or Baneful Bunker, you know what I mean, you're set. So yeah, that's why Baneful Bunker takes it, because obviously Toxapex has seen so much in the competitive scene, and it is not difficult to see why. It's absolutely broken if used correctly, and it can really do some damage. If you can poison most of the opponent's team, Toxapex is going to have an absolute field day on the battlefield, you know what I mean? But that is why it takes the #1 spot in today's video. But with that, it wraps up this video. I really did hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like. I really would appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, if you believe you know of a move that didn't make the list, then be sure to leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I also have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time, and also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.